So I want to share my trade that passed my phase one of my 400k account. Um, so this is AUD USD. So what happened was, and actually I am still in on this trade on my personal account. I was actually already waiting for this pair to make a bearish move. So this was pre NFP was this big. It's not that big now, but this big move upwards. It was collecting liquidity. So for me, this was almost, I guess it was sort of risk trade because I actually already had a lot of confluences to why this was going to continue downwards, and actually I had already been waiting for liquidity up here to be collected. I'll show you. Plus, I always correlate my pairs with other pairs as well, and everything was moving inversely. The other pairs, so I could have a higher probability of what AUD USD was going to do. So this was NFP right here. Sorry, I'm on my Mac, by the way, so I don't have a mouse. I'm trying to navigate everything and it's a bit slow. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. It's very slow. Come on. So right here, there was all this liquidity, and that's how I usually trade. I usually trade a lot of fair value gaps, and I also trade area of interest. So the area of interest, this big area here, I could see that it pretty much reached its top. Um, and when NFP happened, price was pushed all the way up here. And honestly, I got in right here. I market ordered in because I literally just saw it. I actually asked God, I was like, God, give me a trade. And I literally looked at ADUSD and I saw it was perfectly collecting liquidity. And I had actually used, I'll share my risk and my lots and how much I use. I risk 1.5%, by the way. I don't risk more than 1.5%. And if I am risking, then I'm not sticking to my plan. But 1.5% with a what 12 pip, I had a 12 pip stop loss. And actually, this is my 400k account history. So as you can see, my first trade I lost 7 grand, and actually I actually moved my stop loss because I was only supposed to be risking 6 grand. Um, and then you can see here I made 47.8k using 43 lots, and yeah, this is just a trade I made because apparently you have to have 5 minimum trading days. So I'm just making one trade a day just to be able to trade my next phase, which is should be tomorrow. So that's my account. So on my account it says that I used 43 lots. Okay, so 43 lots is quite large, but the reason I was able to do this is because my stop loss was very small. And so I traded this until this is when it passed my account. I made a total of actually 47.8k on AUD and I traded it until I'm sorry, this is very slow. Actually, I stopped the trade to here. I'll draw a line for you. This passed my account around this area. This made me 48k. It's quite large actually. But see, actually, I was quite blessed because it was NFP week, and obviously these volatile moves they don't happen all the time because this happened in the span of 4 hours actually. So that was my trade that passed phase one of my 400k account in 2 days, less than 2 days. Now, I want to share, and actually, let me show you my confluences. So for me, what I look at, actually, this is what I look at. I use multiple different indicators as well. I use Market Cipher. So shout out to Adam for showing me Market Cipher because I still use that actually. And I was at this. I saw this bearish, very bearish. This is extremely bearish, and for me, that's a high confluence that this is going to continue going downwards. Also, this is a huge move upwards. Like for me, when I see these moves, it's a higher probability. I'm not going to say it's 100% higher probability that it's going to come down and at least feel or at least touch the weekly EMA. But personally, I think it could even go down to the 50% level on the Fibonacci. Also, I mean, yeah, you go on the weekly, you look at even the market cipher on the weekly, it's heavily bearish. and I also use RSI occasionally. I also use volume. So let me see my volume. So for me, I love trading these sort of setups because, especially when you're around this area, like you see around this area, this is a perfect swing trade all the way down here. This is how I make most of my profit. I usually hold for 2 weeks, or depending on how long it takes for a trade to complete. But let me show you the volume as well. So if you see, this is very high volume over in this area. So for me, it's just another confluence. That's the reason I took this trade. And okay, I will share now. All right, I will end this video and I'll make another video.